Every single second of the day, your body is in a constant battle. It's fighting off a deadly poison. But here's the wild part. It's not a poison from the outside world. It's one we create ourselves, just as a byproduct of being alive. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this incredible and totally invisible defense system.
So let me ask you this. What if the very material you need to build your DNA, your muscles, everything that makes you you, also created a toxic waste so potent it could shut down your brain? Well, you don't actually have to imagine it, because that is the exact paradox our bodies are solving for us right now.
And here it is, the core of the problem. On one hand, you have nitrogen. It's the ultimate builder, right? It's essential for our amino acids, our DNA. We literally wouldn't exist without it. But on the other hand, the moment you use that nitrogen, you create a byproduct, ammonia. And this stuff is a potent neurotoxin. So the question is, how on earth does the body handle this constant internal conflict?
Okay, so before we can get to the body's absolutely brilliant solution, we really need to understand the scale of the problem. Where is all of this toxic ammonia even coming from? Well, the short answer is pretty much everywhere. The biggest source by far is the constant breakdown of amino acids from the protein we eat and the protein we're recycling in our own bodies. But it's also coming from our gut bacteria as they do their thing. It's a byproduct of our own DNA and RNA turning over, and even our kidneys produce it to help balance our body's pH. It's a constant, totally unavoidable part of metabolism. So we've established our body is cranking this stuff out 24/7. But why is that such a big deal? What makes ammonia so dangerous that our body has to treat it like a 5-alarm fire? Well, the answer lies in its devastating effect on our most important organ.
Yeah, there's a clinical term for when things go wrong, hyperammonia. And what it boils down to is this: too much ammonia in the blood. Even a tiny increase is incredibly toxic, and its number one target is the central nervous system, your brain.
And the way ammonia attacks the brain is just relentless. It's a full-spectrum assault. First, it literally drains your brain cells of energy by stealing a key molecule from their power production line. Second, it actually causes the brain to swell with water, a dangerous condition called cerebral edema. As if that wasn't enough, it completely disrupts the delicate balance of your neurotransmitters, your brain's chemical messengers. And finally, it directly interferes with the electrical signals that let your neurons talk to each other.
And the result of all that? It's not pretty. We're talking confusion, fatigue, all the way to seizures, and in really severe cases, a coma. This is exactly why letting free ammonia just wander around the body isn't an option. Its immediate neutralization is absolutely non-negotiable, which of course brings us to the body's elegant solution.
So how does the body do it? If this stuff is too dangerous to just let it float around in the bloodstream, how do you get it from where it's made, like in your muscles, all the way to the disposal facility?
The strategy is pure genius, really. It's camouflage. The body takes the toxic ammonia and chemically hides it inside a larger, completely harmless molecule. It's like putting radioactive waste into a thick, lead-lined container before you ship it across the country.
And the body basically has two main hazmat trucks for the job. First, you've got glutamine. Think of it as the main all-purpose carrier that's made in tissues all over the body. Then you have alanine, which is more of a specialist. Its job is to be the dedicated shuttle, carrying nitrogen waste specifically from your hard-working muscles straight to your liver. It's just a beautifully efficient system.
So all these molecular hazmat trucks are heading to the same destination. They're all on their way to the body's central detoxification plant, where the final, permanent neutralization is going to take place.
And that central processing plant is, of course, the liver. Inside, there's this incredible biochemical assembly line called the urea cycle. Its one and only job is to take that dangerous ammonia and, through a series of elegant chemical reactions, convert it into something completely harmless, urea. Let's just quickly walk through this amazing process. Step 1, ammonia enters the cycle. In Step 2, it gets combined with a carrier molecule. Now, Step 3 is really clever. A second nitrogen atom gets added, which doubles the efficiency of each trip. Then in Step 4, the molecule gets rearranged. And finally, Step 5. This is the magic moment. The harmless urea molecule is clipped off and sent on its way, and the original carrier molecule is regenerated, ready to start the whole cycle over again. It is a perfect, self-sustaining loop.
But, a high-tech security system like this isn't cheap. It costs energy. To neutralize just one little package of ammonia waste, the body has to spend 3 units of its primary energy currency, ATP. That's a pretty steep price. It just goes to show you what a massive priority this is. The body is more than willing to pay the cost to keep us safe.
And this whole system doesn't just run at one constant speed. It's incredibly smart. The cycle is tightly regulated, meaning it adapts. It speeds up after you eat a high-protein meal when there's more ammonia to deal with, and it slows down when it's not needed as much. It's a finely tuned, dynamic process.
So let's just zoom out for a second. We've got the problem, ammonia. We've got the safe transport system, and we've got the final solution in the liver. It all creates this delicate, life-sustaining balance. But what happens if that balance is ever broken?
Because honestly, the best way to really appreciate just how important this system is to see what happens when it fails. And the consequences are devastating.
If even one of the 5 key enzymes in that cycle is faulty because of a genetic defect, you get something called a urea cycle disorder. The assembly line essentially grinds to a halt. Ammonia can't be converted, so it builds up in the blood, leading to all those severe neurological symptoms we talked about. The only treatment is to strictly limit protein in the diet, the source of the problem, and use special medications to help the body clear nitrogen through backup pathways.
And that, right there, is the main takeaway. The urea cycle isn't just some isolated waste disposal system. It's the critical link that connects what we eat, how we make energy, and how we protect our brain, all into one seamless, elegant, and absolutely essential life-preserving machine.
So, just think about that. Your body runs this incredibly complex, energy-hungry cycle constantly, 24/7, without you ever having to give it a single thought. It's one of countless silent miracles happening inside you. Which kind of leaves you with one final thought, doesn't it? What other invisible miracles are happening inside you right this second?